Hello everybody, Chefie back again, and today is our introduction to WoW Monday, Weekly Monday, WoW, something. If you come up with a good name, just leave it down at the comments and I might use it. So, since this is a new little thing, I'm not going to start off with my level 100, I'm going to start off with a new character, of course. And I think I'm going to go with a orc, because I've never really played an orc, and a warrior, because I've never really played a warrior before. So if you're new to the game, let me back up just a second. If you're new to the game, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 factions to choose from. Male or female, you have human, dwarf, night elf, gnome, Draenei, worgen, Pandaren, or Pandaren, however you want to pronounce it, goblin, blood elf, troll, tauren, undead, and orc. I'll just let you see them for a second. That's human, dwarf, night elf, gnome. That's a funny little gnome. That is a Draenei. I think they're pretty cool. Worgens, which you can transform from human form to worgen form outside of battle. Pandarans, you're a panda. Goblins, blood elves haven't got the change yet, so they're still kind of ugly. You got the troll. Trolls are pretty cool. You got the tauren, cow people. Nope. Undead, and orc. All these people have their little backstory and everything, and all kinds of cool stuff. They're all cool. Then you have warrior. I haven't played a lot of these, honestly. I played a tiny bit of warrior, paladin. I got a paladin up to level 50 something, but it's been a long time since I played them, so I haven't played them in a long time. Don't remember much about them. You have the hunter, which I've recently started playing a lot of hunters, just mainly because they're easy, and I'm not exactly a wartime veteran or anything whenever it comes to this game. So they're pretty good at being a starter class for anybody. Yeah, the rogue, I played very, very little of a rogue. Same thing with a shaman. Played a little bit of mage. Warlock, my level 100's a warlock. I've played a little bit of monk. They're pretty fun. And then a death knight, which you can only get after you hit level 50, I want to say, as one of your characters, and then you can play it on any realm and anything like that. So I'm going to be playing a warrior today. Haven't really played much of a warrior. So next you get to customize your character, and I'm going to start out with a skin. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with kind of a brownish color. Let's see. For some reason, whenever it comes to faces, I usually end up picking the first one that came to the surface. The default one, but I kind of like that one. Let's see. This part's always the hardest part for me for some reason. Should be one of the easiest. I think I'm gonna go completely bald for this character. I don't know. I don't really like the orc hair too much, but it's okay. That's why they put bald in here. But I might give him some... Oh, that's hair color. Might give him some facial hair. Let's see what they got. That's pretty awesome. That little thing down there. Nope, I'm gonna go tough and gruff. A little bit of facial hair, not much. Huh, let's see what colors they have. Go with the darkest so you can still kind of see it. And then the name. If you want to see what a female looks like, that's what a female looks like. Anyways, I'm not a female, so I'm not gonna play a female. Not with this character at least. And then you have the choice to randomize if you don't like what they look like. And then the name. Oh lord, let me just tell you about the name. That is the hardest part for me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and randomize it. Rangom, nope. Nope. Even whenever I do randomize, I guess Tongar is pretty cool. Yeah, I'll go with Tongar. But even with randomized names, it takes me, literally, I probably stayed on one character for probably about 15 minutes, just trying to come up with a name for for a different guy. But this will be good enough for him. So here we go, there's our brand new little warrior. Let's jump in. And I'll be quiet for a second so you guys can hear the intro thing, just in case anybody's new here and they wanna hear it. Even though loading screens are stupid and nobody likes them, but they have to be in the game, I love WoW friggin' loading screens. They look so amazing, the artwork and everything. It just shows past leaders and all kinds of stuff. I just love it. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm alone in this, but hey, everybody has their opinion, right? Well, any minute loading screen. And we'll be in here any second. Maybe. Maybe not. Look at that fat guy over there. Okay, now be quiet.
The great cataclysm has shattered more than just the world. War Chief Thrall, arguably the most powerful living shaman, has left his people behind so that he might stop the cataclysm at its source. Yet, in his absence, the orc champion Garrosh Hellscream has become the Horde's new war chief. Though popular amongst the orcs for his victories against the Lich King, Garrosh's reckless leadership has begun to cause a rift between himself and the other leaders of the Horde. With Durotar's natural resources nearly depleted, Garrosh seeks to take whatever his people need to survive, regardless of who stands in his way. A dangerous new era for the Horde has dawned, and it falls to brave orcs like you to uphold the will of the new war chief and assure the dominance of your people.
Alright, sorry about all the lag and stuff. WoW is a really big game and I don't have exactly the best computer in the world, even though that the whole time that was playing it said I had 40 frames per second, which I know is the best, but aside the point. That's all beside the point. So if you've never played WoW before, is obviously MMO. Don't remember exactly what it stands for. Massive something, I don't know. Anyways, if you've never played an MMO before, where have you been for the last years, and why are you playing this? I guess this is a good start. But anyways, so in this game, obviously you create your character, you play as your character, I guess your little avatar guy, and you run around in this giant world. And you start out at level 1, and you have to either quest, or if you want to take the hard road and just kill everything around, you can do that. But obviously questing is a lot easier because it gives you a lot more experience points, which your bar is right down here if you can see my cursor. But yeah, your experience points build up and you become another level. Like right now I have 0 experience points and I need 400 to level up to level 2. And you get different things, like you can get different attacks, you can get different abilities, you can get you can gain the ability to be able to ride mounts, flying mounts later on, all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to start out by talking to Keltunk, whatever, however you pronounce his name.
What do you need?
But yeah, I need you to give me a quest, mister. Your place in the world. Finally, you are of age, Tongar. Of age to battle. In the name of the Horde. Because that's what we are. Orcs and everybody on the red team are Horde, and everybody on the blue team, humans and dwarves and gnomes and all them, are on the Alliance. This is mainly why I wanted to play with you guys watching everything. This is kind of, aside from my level 50 Paladin Tauren, this is one of my first Horde people, and I would like you guys to join me in my little gallivantry across the world and yeah, see what the Horde's all about. If you're still trying to pick sides. Um, Later on, I'll probably do some videos of me playing on the Alliance side, which, I mean, both sides are fun. Anyways,
For the
so I'm
whole.
gonna accept his quest. Speak with Karnek, which is this guy. Sorry if I don't pronounce these names right. I'm not exactly the best at pronouncing names, especially foreign made-up names. But it's okay. The pronunciation is not what this game is about.
Subsug.
Subsug. A place in the world. Another one of Keltunk's recruits. Okay, we're just gonna go on. And then, whenever you get quest, obviously up here, you'll see it up in your mini-map where you need to go, and it can, if you kind of scroll over it, it also shows you what you need. So, we're gonna have to kill 6 malted boars, whatever. So we need 6 of those boars. And it also tells you what you get. So you get these gauntlets, you get 65 copper, and you get 228 experience points.
Dabu.
Really, obviously, the storyline isn't going to be really picking up anytime soon because this is the starting zone. So it's kind of on the boring side at the beginning. You have to grind, you have to kill random stuff, but later on, you still have to grind. But still, the storyline is a lot better. Like right now, my level 100 is playing in Draenor, which is the new expansion. There are, how many altogether? There's Vanilla WoW, which is the very beginning. That's just the very first, patch ever. Then there's Burning Crusade, which I never really got to play into that one. I didn't get started till late. Then there's Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Mist of Pandaria, and then and then there's Warlords of Draenor, which is really fun. But that's not what we're here to see yet. I have a little bit of mail, which is the WoW devs team have given you this, which if you are here for the 10th anniversary, you would get this little guy. Let me go get my pants. You get those little creatures. That is the Molten Corgi, which is so adorable. Speaking of these pets, later on in the game, obviously not at the beginning, but later on you'll find a person that will give you a quest to be able to train these little guys up. And pretty much is playing Pokemon in WoW. I'll give you a little example right here. You're pretty much playing Pokemon, which is amazing because I love Pokemon. And as soon as I figured this out and was able to play it and everything, I fell in love with WoW again. So here we go. I'm just gonna kill this level 1 thing, the snake. My Corgi is level 8. You can tell right here. If this is your first battle you've ever seen, you can see how rare I always call him Pokemon, so please excuse that. But you can see how rare your Pokemon is by looking up here. He is blue, so that means he's a little bit more rare. And then he is gray, which means he's not rare at all. That's a just common guy right there. So, just like anything in this world, if you kill it, you get a little bit of experience points, and you level up eventually. So, back to our quest. We're gonna go kill some boars. Just gonna go kill these little boars. And this pretty much just teaches you how to just do your first basic attacks and lock on to different characters, and teaches you to pick up your items and all that good stuff, And it's just the stepping stones. That's why it's so grindy at the beginning, of course. It just teaches you. It's kind of like a tutorial. So, gotta kill 2 more of these. And yes, you will hear my mouse clicking a lot because I am a clicker. I love to spam attacks. I'm just used to it for some reason. Alright, so we killed all 6 of those guys. We're gonna go over here, back to, what's his name? I can't ever remember names, and I'm not good at pronouncing them either. So we're just going to go back over to this guy with a question mark over his head, and the question mark means you have completed a quest. Congratulations. So,
Strength and honor.
strength and honor.
Go forth to victory.
So, we got this. We got these gauntlets. Look how adorable.
Thrall, halt.
Gonna accept this
For
quest
the
from him.
Horde.
You can collect. I think you can have 25 quests at the same time running, and then you can't collect anymore. Let's talk about your bag real fast. Like I said, this is for noobs. If you've been playing this for 1,000 years, you probably are gonna think this is extremely boring and are gonna kill me. You know, but so you start off with this bag, which only has how many pockets? 13 pockets, or 13 slots. 16, sorry. I was using a couple. Certain things can stack up, like these ribs, for instance, or whatever, the jerky. The picture's ribs. That doesn't count. Tough jerky. So the tough jerky can stack up. That means you can have multiple on one little block. And then like this letter, you can't have multiples of those, which I'm going to go ahead and get rid of anyways. And to get rid of something, you just click it out of your bag. Well, maybe I needed that. Sorry. I thought that was... Oh, stupid me. I thought that was the piece of mail that I left in the mailbox. Anyways, so that's a quest item. They can't stack either. Then you have your Hearthstone. Those will send you back to wherever you have your hearth set at. So, like, since this is beginning, if I press the Hearthstone, it'll bring me right back here. But later on, you can go to different inns, and you can go to the innkeeper or whatever they're called, and talk to them, and you can set your hearth there, so you can be anywhere in the world, and you can, that I know of. I mean, I don't travel too far away without having to hearth. But anyways, pretty much anywhere in the world, you can hearth back to it. So if you are, I don't know the names of the places, but if you're in Stormwind, for instance, obviously this guy would not be in Stormwind because that's Alliance and they would slaughter me. But anyways, so you could be in Stormwind and you can hearth all the way back here if I just press that. I'll right click it. So that's a Hearthstone. This is a backpack, and you can clean up your backpack. Later on you'll have multiple backpacks with multiple slots, and you'll gather a lot of trash. You just click that and it will organize it for you. You can even label your bags. Well, later on you can. I don't need it labeled right now. But, oops. And then these, you can see how much they're worth, looking at the selling price, and it's 2 copper. You can sell that, well, you can sell it to this guy.
What do you need?
And he can also fix up your armor for you by clicking that button if you have damaged armor, which it will show you where, up here, I think. You can buy different armors, but usually their armors aren't really worth it. It's better just to get it from quest, especially seeing that their stuff is really expensive compared to getting free stuff. Well, not really free, you're working for it. You earned it.
Safe.
You deserve it. So, I'm gonna go over to this guy, Frank. Give him that, and
Go with honor.
get a little bit of experience points. And once I hit level 3, I'll be able to do his quest. So I'm going to come over here, collect this quest, and pretty much whenever you go to any area, this is what I do. I just collect every quest that I can see,
Speak,
and
friend.
later on you'll kind of get
Strength.
over leveled if you do every quest. You'll get over leveled for an area, and then you can drop some of the quest, which all you have to do that is you click on the quest, and then you hit abandon, or you can untrack if you don't want to see it up here. But yeah, you can abandon the quest and never see it again, unless you come back and talk to the same guy again and collect the quest again. So let's see, we'll do this one first. The cactus apples, which usually you can tell the difference between quest items like these 2 different plants quest item is glowing and it has that gauge over it, non-quest item doesn't. So we're just going to collect this. To make it easier on myself, I'm going to hit escape, go to interface, and I'm going to do, where is it at? Give me 1 second. Okay, there it is, auto loop. Oh, excuse me. Auto loop will, whenever I click on an item, I'll automatically get all of the stuff off of it, and then later on I can sort through my bag, and if I don't want something, then I will get rid of it. Also, I'm going to, where is it at? Action bars. Right now this isn't too terribly important, but later on, you don't want all of your stuff on one action bar or multiple action bars that you have to sort through. It's easier to have it like right here. And I'm just going to go ahead and put my corgi over to the side. Oops, I forgot to open up the other action bar. And put my hearthstone over in this action bar. Just because I like to have my corgi out most time. And the hearthstone needs to be somewhere where you can easily access it. And you see, I can't move it just by regular clicking it. If you shift click, that's how you move your items around in on the action bar. So even down here I can move this stuff over here, and be careful not to drop it. I do that all the time, like off, because it's, for me, I don't know why, it's such a pain in the butt to go to the spell book. Like obviously I only have 2 things, but later on once you get all this stuff, it's a pain in the butt to go in here and try to find what you dropped and everything. So just be careful with that. I do it way too often. So we're going to go ahead and continue our quest, our mighty quest to get these cactus apples so he can make us something yummy to eat. And while we're on the same quest, we can also do the other quests. We're not just bound to one quest. So while we're looking for these things, we can also look for the Northwatch Scouts Lane. So we're going to be killing some Northwatch Scouts. If we can find them. They are scouting around. Oops. See? I automatically looted it. If I would have not had auto loot on, me being me and being impatient, I would have walked away and not been able to get my loot. And 9 times out of 10, I forget it that way. So, yeah. There's that. Okay, that's those 2. And I don't feel like walking all the way back over there until I complete both of these quests. Oops. Okay, here's the introduction to the map. Sorry. I'm just going to go ahead and put that away because I don't want to read all that whenever I can just explain it. So right here is the map of Valley of the Trials. And this shows you where you are. You're the little arrow. Shows you where the completed quest is, so you can walk back there and complete the quest. You have your first quest, which is the reach level 3 to learn charge, and then you use that on a practice dummy. And then it shows our second quest, which is the Northwatch Scouts Lane, or invade in our home. Sorry, I've been reading the whole description. So I do like looking at the map, but if you take your arrow away, or your cursor away, it will just kind of turn transparent, or you can just exit off. And then just to activate it, you can either hit the little map right here, which I don't know why, I just have a really bad habit of doing that, or you can hit the M on your keyboard, which is the logical thing to do. I just instantly just go up here, and I always end up accidentally hitting the calendar. Speaking of which, there are a whole bunch of different events which are really fun to do in WoW, like the Dark Moon Fair. I didn't know that actually started yesterday. So the Dark Moon Fair is, you know, I've never really played it in there that much, but apparently it's pretty fun. They have a whole bunch of mini games and tokens that you can get, and you can get different things out of it, like pets and hats and stuff like that, or something. I've never really played in there too much, like I said.
May your blades never dull.
And alrighty, sorry about the interruption. I forgot to put in the beginning of this. My usual disclaimer: I do have a 3-year-old daughter that does barge in every once in a while, which is perfectly fine. I can edit whatever. So back to the Dark Moon Fair. I haven't played hardly any of the events really. Um, but the Dark Moon Fair comes about, I think, every month. I'm almost positive it's every month. Um, but well, I mean, they have a really good uh, way of showing each holiday. Like they have Christmas, they had Thanksgiving, they had Halloween, which is pretty fun. And then they have certain little monthly things like this fishing contest and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, so I always end up hitting the calendar on accident instead of the map because I I have to hit the little map up there, which all I have to do is press M. So, alright, back to our quest. We're gonna be killing this guy. That was easier than I expected. Hey, look at there, I got a little bag out of it. A little 6 slot. That was pretty cool. I always like having a lot of bags for some reason. I never have a lot of stuff, but I like having a lot of bags. Just in case. Alright, so we gotta kill 7 of these guys. Because they're trying to kill our people. And take our women. Can't have that, they're ugly enough. I'm just kidding. They are ugly, but some people find them attractive, I'm sure. I'm sure. And if you're brand new to WoW, with the Warlords of Draenor, by the way, just leveled up. I got a new move, and we're gonna go back and we're gonna go ahead and finish this quest. I don't have that many more people to kill. But anyways, they used to have not horrible, but good for their time. But now that we have the next gen and everything, horrible character graphics. Maybe one day I'll show you the difference. I'm not gonna do it today because I forgot how to switch back and forth. I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy, but I'm not gonna do it right now. One step at a time. We'll get through this, and maybe later on in this week I'll make a video of just looking at the character animations and character designs and stuff on a couple of the characters or something. So we're gonna go turn in this quest at turn level 3, which on this, since this is only level 3, I only got one new ability, which is just that. I mean, I didn't get any new like speed boost or anything like that.
What do you need?
So I'm gonna collect this real fast. Dang, this guy just wants to give us all the swag. That's a horrible word. So, yep, getting pretty cool. Talk to this guy real quick,
Graw.
and
Go forth to victory.
I'm gonna use this. So, here we go. Alright, you saw how I used that first, but it's actually third in my action bar. That makes it a little bit more difficult to like, I mean, it's not like impossible, but it makes it more difficult to hit on my my mouse, which, I mean, I have a gaming mouse, so all my keys are right here. But on your keyboard, it would be number 3, which if you switch it around, that'll be your first attack. So it just makes it a little bit more fluid. So instead of hitting 3, then jumping back to 1, and then hitting 2, which I don't even know what these do, honestly. And alright, I think I'm going to switch these two around too. So I'm going to hit that, then once I get up on them, I'm going to hit that, which deals 24 physical damage, and then I'm going to hit that, which is just a regular attack. So here we go. I'm going to I guess not. Target's too close now. There we go. Then I hit that, and then while that's cooling down, which is a little time limit, if you watch, well, that's on cooldown now, but if you watch the second attack, you'll see how it has a little gray film that goes over it for a second, and then, not literally a second, but for a few seconds, and then and then you can use it again. So here we go. And then this one has like a 10-second, I think. I didn't really pay attention to how long the cooldown was. But just pay attention down here. Don't pay attention to what's going on up here. And you'll see what a cooldown officially is. So, see, that has a 20-second cooldown. Then I hit him once, and that has a small cooldown. And while I'm doing that, I can do a normal attack. So, just having them organized keeps it a little bit more fluid, which right now, it doesn't really matter. But later on in the game, it will help out. It'll help out substantially. So we're going to go ahead and turn in this quest.
Blood and thunder.
And he gave us an awesome little belt. We'll go ahead and equip that. I guess I can close that window. And we're going to go ahead and do another quest. I think I'm going to do this video until I'm level 5. Which, I mean, that's a pretty good goal. 2 more levels, and then that'll be the end of this video until next Monday. And then I'll go up to level 10, and then so on and so forth. So, let's see, where are we supposed to go? Okay, so we're waking up peons because they're all lazy and they're sleeping on the job, of course. So let's find them, and while we're looking for them, we'll do Strike of the Scorpion, which we're going to be killing some of the scorpions up here. So I'll put that one first, and we'll be looking for the other guy sleeping. There we go. Don't need to kill him. Let's see. And if you look, see the quest up here on the map. Here, let me make it bigger. Whoops. See what I mean by the calendar thing? Oh, it doesn't really show it as well on that mini map. But if you look, there's a small whitish glowing outline around the map. That's where my first quest is going to be located, all in that area. And then my second quest is going to be in the grayish area. So if I stay in this little ring right here, I'll be able to find all the scorpions that I need, and I can also find some of the peons pretty easily. Well, not easily, they're all freaking sleeping somewhere. So we're just going to stay in the circle so we can do 2 quests at the same time. Maybe, if we can find some scorpions. The only thing that I hate about doing low level stuff is, like, I'm so used to being at least level 20 so I can be on a riding mount, which I'll get into that one later on. Obviously I'm not high enough level. I'll review that later on whenever I get high enough level to use the riding mount. But I'm so used to using mounts and stuff to get around faster that walking around is so slow now. But it's okay. It's all well worth it. You see, we stumbled across another quest, but I'm going to go ahead and wake up this peon real fast.
I can do that.
Wake up, you fool. You can't be sleeping on my job. Get off here, fool. Alright. So, okay. So this is our first little boss battle. We're going to go ahead and kill all these scorpions and collect what we need from them real fast. Well, he's dead. Oh, Lord. What in the world? Got laggy there for a second. Might have to turn down some of my graphics for you guys. It's alright. Alright, there's another one of the sleeping peons. We're gonna go ahead and wake him up real fast. Since we're in the same area, might as well.
Something need doing? Okay.
Wake up, fool. Oh, I killed him. He looked alive, and I was looking at the bug over here. Yeah, I'm gonna get you. See, like I said, all this stuff is kind of grindy, but, you know, it's for newer people. I mean, especially with the level 90 boost, not many high level people will be playing low level stuff. just unless they want to play alts or whatever.
Me busy. Leave me alone.
Oops.
Okie dokie.
So, I mean, unless they want to have a brand new character that they never played before, 9 times out of 10 they're going to be playing higher level stuff that they either probably got their little brother or whatever to go ahead and level up from, but whatever.
What? Okay.
So, it's all good to play low level stuff. Alright, well we have one more scorpion, then I'm gonna go kill the boss scorpion guy. And then I'm gonna finish getting all these peons real fast. Alright. Oh, whoops. Forgot to collect my stuff from him, huh? Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me. That Mountain Dew has me all gassy and stuff. So he's all over here by him, by his little lonesome. He probably has some scorpion people with him, but we'll take him out. What does this do? Alright, so with this I'm gonna put it up here. And these up here you can't set, that I know of, you can't set them to like numbers on your keyboard or anything. You might be able to later on, but ones up here you have to physically click on them, and then you can use the ability, which for things like that has a long cooldown and it's only to help you out a little bit and stuff like that. Stuff that lasts a long time on you, it's okay to have up here because you're not going to be really worrying about it anyways. So it's no use in piling stuff all on here whenever you're trying to make a little rotation for yourself. So here's our little boss, and we're going to go ahead and back up, jump on him like a panther or something. Oh god, get poisoned. Gotcha, fool. And we got him. We got the little quest. I'm using little a lot today. I don't know why. I'll try to stop. So we're going to come back over here. He's probably going to give us another quest, because that's what people on WoW are good at. Hey, go get me 20 of these. Come back. Alright, I need 15 more of these. Well, Gal, if you would have just told me and gave me a grocery list the first time I went out, this wouldn't be an issue. So, let's see what his quest is. I didn't really read it in detail. Look at that guy. That guy, by the way, you see how he's level 5, but he has, in him, they both have massive, massive armor? That's called BOA, Bound to Account. And I think that's what it stands for. I'm not completely sure, don't quote me on that. I'm still new at all the freaking little code names and stuff. So what those do is you put them on, and like I have a cowl or helmet or whatever you want to call it for a let me walk and talk, for a hunter, and I get extra experience points all the way up until like level 85, I think 80, somewhere around there. And so I get extra like 10% experience bonus for that. So those things are pretty good to have. Let me see if I can jump this. No, yep. Tricked me. So, but they cost a lot of money, and like with that one you have to be in a guild, which I don't really want to be in a guild on this character exactly. Like maybe later on once I start doing raids and stuff, I'll get into a guild, but they spam you with guild invites as soon as you hit level 20, because that's whenever you can get into guilds and stuff. They spam you with it, and it's horrible.
Be safe.
So, gonna turn in these to quest. Gonna be level. Whoa, I'm already over. Good lord, I didn't even realize I'm level 4 already. So,
Strength.
hope you guys are enjoying yourself for my first little gameplay video.
To victory.
Because I know I'm enjoying myself. Let's see. That increases my armor. And to do what I just did, where you can see both both of the items side by side. If you just hit shift while your cursor's over the belt or whatever boots, it'll show you what the armor does. So this one is Burla boots, item level 1. Item level isn't that important until you get higher level and you're trying to get into raids and all that good stuff, because people judge you on that. And so this one has, or my old pair has 2 armor and durability of 25. And then my new ones have 5 armor and a durability of 30. So obviously those are better. I'm going to right click those, and I got new boots. And then I did the same thing on my belt. My belt, I look down at the armor, has, how much more armor? Yeah. So it has a +1 on armor, So, wait. I'd rather have that belt. I'm going to go ahead and sell all the stuff that I have, except for the apples. I might use those later.
What can I help you with?
And you see, Blizzard made it really easy to tell you what is junk and what is not. First of all, you have the cleaning option, so it automatically sent the stuff that it thought it would, the stuff that sorry, tongue twister. The stuff that it thought I would be using later on, like my belt and my boots and my apples, up to the top bag. And then my first bag, it put all my junk. So it shows you, like right there, that little coin shows you that it's pretty much junk. You might as well sell it. I mean, it's not a quest item. You don't need it for anything. It doesn't give you any health like these apples do. But these boots, I mean, I'm not going to be using them again. So I'm going to go ahead and sell the boots and the belt. And then I'm going to put the apples...
Victory.
Oops, wrong bag. I'm going to put the apples right down here because it raises my health. So whenever I'm in battle or whatever, I don't know if I can use it in battle, but if I'm low on health, I'll use that. Oh yeah, you gotta be sitting down. So as soon as I get out of battle, if I'm injured and stuff, I'll use that. And it'll heal me up instead of me having to just sit there and wait for for me to wait for my health to regain naturally. I can just eat the apples and have a little bit more health. And like there's health potions and stuff that you don't have to be remain seating. You can use it during combat and, heal instantly, but there's a cooldown on it. So you have to use those kind of carefully. So with these 2 quests, I'm going to find Hanazu in the Valley of the Trials. And then I'm going to kill these familiars, which are the blue things that you saw jumping around earlier. This is probably going to be a long video. Because... maybe not, I'm halfway to level 5. Alright, whoops. What was that all about? Please... hold on 1 second. Sorry. My significant other turned the fan on, so it's probably going to get loud in here. Alrighty, so that was Hanzu the whole time. Like I said, I'm hoping this video really helps out the newer people, because whenever I first started playing, I really didn't have anybody help me out too much. But later on in my life, once I started playing, which was like I quit after Burning Crusade, and then I started back during Cataclysm, so if that tells you anything. And then I quit again for a long time because I didn't have a good enough PC. So, and then I started right back at Draenor. So that tells you how much of a noob I still am. But whenever I first started, I really didn't have anybody there to tell me what to do and how to do it and all that good stuff. Like, I didn't even know about the other action bars and stuff until I met my brother-in-law, and he helped me out. So now I know a little bit more, not everything, but so a lot of this stuff. Oops, forgot to click. his coins or whatever he has. So a lot of this stuff is still new to me. So like doing all these orc quests, I've done a lot of these, but you know I haven't played many orcs. Or I think my highest level orc is like level 14, I think. So. Oops. I'm glad that wasn't a snake. He would have bit me right in the face. Alright, we need 2 more of these. And then I'm probably gonna, well, I don't know if I'll be level 5 after this guy, but, not this guy, but this quest. But I might be. I mean, later on, this video series will obviously be more fun for the more hardcore people. They can watch me die and get yelled at in different dungeons and stuff, and watch me fall off random cliffs and stuff, stupid stuff that I do, that shouldn't be done. So I guess those will be more fun for the hardcore players to watch, and hopefully the new guys too, and they can learn from my mistakes and all that good stuff. That's what it's all about, having fun. People can't be taking this game too seriously. I'm probably going to get smacked in the face for saying that, but it's alright. It's alright. It's a game. People make careers out of it, but it's a game. It's an art style too. Everything looks great now. Mokra. Alright, leveled up. Level 5. I'm going to put this piece of armor on. Well, except that quest. Put this armor on. And now I don't look like a German kid. And
May your blades never
put that armor on. I mean, not put that armor on, but get that quest. So, that was our first little Monday night gaming of sorts with WoW. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I might be making more videos later on this week, but I'm not sure. Did you guys see that naked orc running around in his underwear? Yeah. He's a hunter. What are you gonna do with those guys? But, so definitely be expecting another video on Monday, because this was really fun. And I hope this was helpful, like I said before. And I'm gonna go inside of here, so we will know where we're at next time. And you'll definitely be seeing a video of me and my good friend Bloba the Hut, and I will put a link to his YouTube page if you want to see anything that he's been doing down below. But me and him are going to be playing World of Darkness, which I haven't played too much of it. I played a little bit. It's weird to me because I'm used to Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that. So we'll be playing that, and we're going to be playing Mage. I guess I don't know. I guess there's different groups, like there's werewolves, vampires, hunters, all that good stuff. They haven't really been playing, talking about my other group members, haven't really been playing the Mage too much, so this is going to be kind of new for all of us, but mainly me, because I saw the character sheet the first time, haven't even filled it out yet. Me and him are probably going to be doing that later on this week, and then on Saturday we'll be playing that character, and we'll show you how to start a character, and probably not fill out the character sheet because that takes forever for me, because I go in depth with it. But we will definitely be talking about my character and what he looks like and his name and all that good stuff. So if you like watching role-playing games, definitely come and see our video on Saturday. I don't know if he's wanting to do a live stream of it or anything, because me and him don't have a big following yet, but we might do a live stream, and we might both record it and put it up on YouTube later on. But anyways, that was 1 to 5 Orc Tongar, yeah, Hunter. So I will see you guys next time if I can find the F9. Alright, y'all have a good night. Bye.